This is Aston in Birmingham, one of the most economically disadvantaged and culturally diverse areas in the UK. But in the heart of the inner city is a community cultural and training enterprise which aims to transform sometimes difficult lives with a little help from the arts. Kajan's Art Centre in Aston encourages young people like these dancers to get off the streets and run their own arts programmes, supported by the Kajan's team.
We want to ensure that people from any class, age or race can actually access the arts. It's almost like a stepping stone for a lot of young people into arts.
I was thinking, I don't want to come at first, but then I met all of these and then started dancing for about 2 months, 3 months now.
For me, it's helped me a lot because for people around my age group, like as male as well, it's hard not to be out there doing other things. And for me to be dancing just alone anyway, it's great for me. So anybody who wants to come, I'd encourage it.
Every young person that has actually been on a development programme or a project programme can actually walk 10 feet taller when they get out of Kajan's.
Kajan's latest project uses art to address issues based around the local environment. The B6 on Our Streets project is an initiative taking place in local schools and has been carefully devised around the citizenship curriculum.
All the time we are mindful that the teachers in school, for every term they're in front of their class, are having to deliver curriculum outputs. So we design our work to meet the national standards. We liaise, negotiate and plan with our teachers. So our work is informed by the educationalists that are directly in the classroom on a day-to-day basis. So we know it hits the mark.
Kajan's calls on the expertise of local organisations to carry out 3 very different workshops.
Before you begin, just one word about how you're feeling at this particular moment. Speak.
Colin Edwards has run ITV's junior television workshop for 25 years and is using drama to address issues raised by the pupils themselves.
Get out. Why don't you
Tell your friend to get out.
No.
Okay, and hold it there. Well done.
We talked about the importance of not littering the neighbourhood in which they live, and then inevitably questions like drugs cropped up, gangs, and the major one that we focused on was issues relating to friendship.
And go.
Shanta, you know what? I'm disgusted at you. I told you not to be late. Where have you been? I'm just a couple of minutes late. Couple of minutes? You got 30 minutes, a couple of minutes?
It's always great when we get outside funding to do anything that's extra to the curriculum. But for us as a school, we've benefited as well in seeing the way that Colin's delivered some of these sessions. Our head of drama has been really interested to be part of the sessions as well. And for me, I think it's really opened my eyes to some of the work that the students can do and some of their thoughts that they've got about what it means to be a citizen in Nechells in 2008.
Why do you smell like cigarettes?
Cigarettes?
Yeah.
I can't believe you just accused me of smoking. You're dumb, Dad.
At the end of acting out these little plays, they can then reflect on what they've been doing and think about the changes that it might actually facilitate in the real world. So I think it's absolutely fundamental, and drama is a very valuable technique.
It's been a lot different than what we normally do, because normally in ECM we do writing and research, but instead of actually being able to stand up and do it ourselves.
This course with Colin has made me realise that I was meant for acting.
Frozen picture, yeah, that's good.
I think there's some real raw talent in the group which deserves developing, and I hope that it won't stop here and that we'll be able to sort of see some of these people in the future, possibly in the television workshop.
The second workshop is a documentation project where pupils use photography to look at their environment.
Now, when we looked at the environment, we weren't looking at climate change, we were looking at the environment being our surroundings.
So we're going to use the camera to look up, and what that'll do is it'll make things look bigger and longer, and that's how they start to do the fancy shots.
When you say documentation to a group of school children, they'd normally switch off. When you explain to them that if you use the computer and use items such as Facebook and MySpace, you are performing your own social commentary and your own documentation, then it becomes a fun learning exercise which everybody wants to engage in.
We've been documenting about what makes a good citizen and a bad citizen, and what makes a good environment and a bad environment and stuff like that.
I thought it was going to be like boring, but then when they're like in the second week or something, I was like, this is fun, man.
And these pupils are about to share their learning with others in a visit to the Midlands Institute. They've been debating sensitive issues around multiculturalism, and today they're addressing pupils from another school.
In early times, coloured people weren't allowed in Britain.
I believe in setting high standards for young people. They can cope. In my experience, if you say, look, this is where I want you to be and this is where I expect you to be, by and large they come up there.
Wherever you go, like you see like different religions, different people, different colour.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous because when I practiced, it wasn't to a different school, it was to my own tutor. They have different opinions, and it was like people that I've never seen before, and like there was a big crowd, and it's like I had to face them.
From a classroom setting to a setting like this, to a certain degree, the children realise that it's a more formal debate, and therefore their behaviour slightly changes and they get to respect everybody else's opinions.
If you walk around like Birmingham, there are a lot of temples, churches, mosques. Even in school, you have whites, blacks, Muslims, Somalians, everyone together.
We all have the right to be here because our families all have come from different countries, but they all work here.
I'm very, very proud of them. There was some humour, there was even heated disagreement, and that pleases me. It's very important because it gives them some insight into how debates work locally, nationally, internationally.
Based on what I've seen today, the active engagement of all the pupils here, I can't wait for it to get to Broadway School, and as the pupils would tell me, bring it on.
The arts gives us an opportunity to take off the defensiveness, to explore in a very creative, positive and enjoyable way some of those very big issues like environment, like race, like discrimination, like diversity, like citizenship. Young people do not have to feel that they are being pushed at or they are being badgered when they explore these issues through the arts. The creative element allows us to think much wider.
We want to transform lives. We also want to bring communities together in terms of locally, nationally and internationally. We believe that arts is the medium to actually bring those communities together.